Hi, welcome to Lots of Pun. It's the December Paper Pumpkin, the week between years, and I am excited to share some samples with you today. So let's get right into it. The first thing I have is just from the kit, the Hello, Thanks a Bunch. And then I loved this one, Let's Grow Mold Together. I loaf you, you tell the best yolks. I know a son who will probably get this one. The other card, the third card, I actually made the card, except I made my own base on Granny Apple Green so that I could use the smudged piece on a different card that I'll share later. And you will get this card base in your alternate kit. But I'm so sorry, that's the pits. And this was the only one I could make that was a sad card. I just needed to use those happy faces. So let me show you what I came up with. The first one, I used the inside of an envelope, and it says, you tell the best yolks. So the inside of the envelope is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and it is mounted on Pool Party. I took a piece of the envelope and I just wavy cut on both sides and cut it 4 inches across. I added some Granny Apple Green dots and some hearts. Oh, and the inside's pretty cute, so let me show you what the inside looks like too. This is how I decorated the envelope as well. Simple. But the inside says, I loaf you, and I just stamped that piece of toast or bread, which I absolutely love. I used him a lot in this, from this kit. And then the envelope has the matching inside, same as the outside of the card. I thought that was really cute. The next card is a regular white thick cardstock, and I used the encircling dies, and I used the largest one. A toast to you, I cut the words apart and glued them up on dimensionals. Cut a piece of the toast, added some of the little dots, and for the inside I used the middle of the encircling die, and I put the egg on top of it and said excited for you. Used a little piece of the DSP, same as the DSP out here, and then put the pieces of toast here, put some of the dots, and then random dots on the back. Card number 3, right? Okay, this card is a gift card, and I thought it turned out really cute. It uses one of the standard bases in the kit, and I used the envelope. I put bananas on the back side of the envelope and bananas on the front side. And then I took one of the regular card bases, I scored it at 1 3/4 and folded it in half. Then I notched it and put a little glue at the top and the bottom, closed it up, and I added a piece of DSP here. I did one of the large circles and a smaller circle. I stamped 2 bananas, and then I used one of the punched out dimensionals and put thanks a bunch. Added some of the little hearts and the dots. So very cute card. And we will make that together when we get together in January. This card is You Are Cherry Sweet card, and I used the regular card base. See that little smudgy piece right here? I didn't want to cover that up, so I made a separate card with that, and this is just a stamp, ink, and paper card, except for this little piece right here that came in the kit, but just stamped the cherries. And remember that white jelly roll pen I have shared with you before. I used it quite a bit, so I made those little highlights on the cherries on several of the cards and the envelopes. I added some little party hats just because they're cute. I used the pool party for the dots and Poppy Parade for the hearts. On the inside, I outlined the edge of the card with the Granny Apple Green, and then stamped one of the cherry sets. Again, use that pool party for the dots and the jelly roll white pen for the highlight on the cherries. For the card envelope, I did the cherries on the outside, on the front and the back, and used the highlight there. So that's an easy one. This one, I used those encircling dies again, but I used the smaller encircling die and did the Let's Grow mold together. So I used a piece of espresso DSP, and then the apple or the cinnamon cider card base. I used the espresso for the dots. I loaf you. I put the pieces of toast on there, and then the Let's Grow mold together. This is one of the saying pieces, but I just cut off the little notch that was on there, and then for the inside, a little bit more of the DSP and a couple pieces of the toast. For the outside, I used that same DSP, and on the front of the outside, I used more of the toast. I love that card. This card is Let's Go Bananas, and I took some of the extra bits that I had. I had one of these pieces of wood kind of piece. I glued it flat. Then I cut one of the striped pieces in half and glued that, butted it right up next to it. I added 2 bananas, one bumped up and one not. Added the little faces. I only used a portion of the stamp that says Go Bananas, and I put hello. Added some dots, some of the puffy hearts, and on the inside again outlined it with the Daffodil Delight. Added some stamped hearts. I loaf you in the Poppy Parade, and bumped up a little piece of toast. I think that card is adorable. For the envelope, very simply, I took one of the envelopes from the card from the kit, Poppy Parade on the outside, Granny Apple Green on the inside. I did the same on the envelope here, and then because they are the Stampin' Blends, they kind of bleed, so it made this really interesting pattern on the inside. Now it looks like a plaid, and I love it. So that was a happy coincidence when I was working on that, or a happy outcome, I guess. For this card, again, I used one of the card bases that had the little smudge of Pool Party. I added some Pool Party dots. I added some Poppy Parade hearts. I added a high and one of the conversation pieces that says I pick you, and it's cherries. I used the inside of one of the gingham pieces, and I also used a piece of the smaller vellum. And on the inside, You Are Cherry Sweet, and added the Valentines. You tell I was kind of in a Valentine mood. These will all be so cute. This is the outside flap, just the simple cherries, some hearts, and again that little highlight with the Jelly Roll pen. And on the outside of the envelope, the highlight and the Poppy Parade. Now here is an out-of-the-box card that I came up with, and I took the eggs and made them into egg flowers. Why not? So I combined this with the Hello Beautiful, which is the new January to June, one of the January to June stamp sets that's coming out. I love the sayings and just the Hello Beautiful and So Happy to Know You. I think I bought it just for those two, but the set's cute, the whole set. So for this, I made the brown piece into a planter, and I added some lines to make it look like more like wood. I stamped the Hello Beautiful. I added a little piece from the kit. I added 3 of the text pieces and drew a line just with a black marker. Then I bumped up the 3 happy egg flowers, and I drew in my own leaves, but you could certainly use the leaves from the Hello Beautiful kit, or if you really wanted to be fussy about it, you could use the leaf on the cherries and block off everything and just keep the cherries, but much simpler just to draw them in quickly. Nobody knows the difference. I used a Poppy Parade for the sky dots, and then I used the Granny Apple Green for the ground dots over here. And on the inside, have an excellent day. And I used the hearts from the Sweet Conversations, which is a new set coming out in January that I'm excited about. And then the sweet little envelope, I just used the Daffodil Delight around the edge. I used those same 3 hearts from the Sweet Conversations, and I did the same on the back. I really like the way that card turned out. Then the last card, I think we're on the 12th card maybe. I took the friend from, I think it's like something like Big Words or something like that, and I stamped it here. I drew my own My Friend and then stamped the friend, and then I made my own exclamation mark here. I took the sweet dies and used Pool Party, and then the white, this is the regular card base from the kit. I used some random words from the larger sayings, put celebrate here, and then a toast. I made my little toast man, toast into a man, and I used the hearts from the kit. And on the inside, look at You Make Me Happy, which is another little saying coming from a new stamp set that's coming out. And that one is called Rainbow of Happiness. But look at these 2 little cute toasts. I just love them. I stamped the hearts with the Pool Party, and they're dancing, like maybe Zumba dancing. Okay, for the envelope, it's the regular envelope. I just did tone on tone with the Pool Party, more Pool Party dots here, and then a happy toast guy with my glasses on. All right, the last thing I want to share with you is something real quick. I had some extra pieces at the end, so I made a quick little bookmark, and it says, excited for you. I thought it was so cute, but I decided that I'm going to include a random bookmark piece in your kit this month, and your job is to make a bookmark with some of your extra bits, or just use your stamps, whatever you want to do, and have a bookmark ready to share with everybody when we get together on January, I think it's 14th. Okay, happy stamping!